If you're over 60, picture this. You end the day proud of a perfect dinner. Crisp salad, steamed vegetables, light and clean. You sleep well, then wake up off balance, with slurred words, a heavy arm, or sudden dizziness. Most people blame sugar or fried food. Here's the twist. Sometimes the trigger is a vegetable you've always trusted. Not forever, and not for everyone, but under the wrong timing, portions, or medication mix, it can quietly nudge your risk the wrong way. Today I'll show you 9 common vegetables that deserve new rules after 60, and simple fixes so you can keep eating them safely. The last one is on most seniors' plates every week. Make a soft fist and hold for 10 seconds. Notice how steady your grip feels. Turn your head left and right. If you feel lightheaded, treat it as a clue. As we age, hydration, kidney efficiency, vessel stiffness, and medications change how foods behave in our bodies. The goal isn't fear. It's timing, balance, and consistency. The same food that felt fine at 40 can behave differently at 70. Kidneys filter a bit slower. Blood vessels lose some spring. Nerves prefer steady electrolytes. Many of us add medications that interact with nutrients, especially vitamin K, natural blood thinners, diuretics, and compounds that influence blood sugar. The plan is simple. Don't ban, adapt. Keep the benefits and remove the gotchas. Start with spinach and use the oxalate rule. We love it for iron, magnesium, and antioxidants, but higher oxalates can bind with calcium. With slower filtration and calcium or vitamin D supplements on board, you may form more crystals that strain kidneys and microcirculation. Have spinach at breakfast or lunch, not late at night. Space it away from calcium or vitamin D pills. Rotate with cooked kale, lettuce, or arugula to reduce oxalate load. Broccoli is next. It's rich in fiber, sulforaphane, and immune support, but its vitamin K can counteract blood thinners like warfarin or complicate clotting balance if your intake swings wildly. Keep your intake consistent week to week. If you're on anticoagulants or daily aspirin, tell your clinician your usual broccoli and greens pattern so dosing can match your routine. Romaine lettuce is light, crunchy, and easy on digestion, but it can act like a gentle diuretic. Late evening salads, weaker thirst cues, and blood pressure pills or diuretics can add up to overnight dehydration, thicker blood, and slower flow. Make big salads a lunch habit. If you eat greens with dinner, add a small glass of water and a pinch of salt with your meal if your clinician allows it. Raw carrots bring beta-carotene with a low-calorie punch, but even natural sugars can spike and then dip overnight if eaten alone, nudging stress hormones and tightening vessels. Enjoy carrots earlier in the day and pair them with protein or fat, such as hummus, yogurt, or nuts. Garlic is a cardio helper with immune benefits, but a natural thinning effect added to prescription thinners like warfarin, clopidogrel, or aspirin can tip you toward nosebleeds, bruising, or in rare cases, dangerous bleeding. Favor culinary amounts, especially cooked garlic, which is gentler. Be cautious with garlic supplements unless your clinician approves them. Report unusual bruising, headaches, or fatigue. Onions bring antioxidants and circulation support, but quercetin can widen vessels. Combined with blood pressure medications, evening dehydration, or standing up quickly, it can leave you woozy. Use onions for flavor, not as the main event. Prefer cooked onions at dinner, and keep raw onions till lunchtime. Hydrate through the afternoon. Corn is a familiar favorite, but treat it as a starch. It tends to act like quick fuel with a glucose rise and then a drop, pushing stress hormones and vessel tightness if eaten alone at night. Make corn an occasional side, not a nightly habit. Pair it with protein and fat, such as eggs, beans, or avocado. Skip large portions at late dinners. Asparagus offers folate and antioxidants and feels light on the gut, yet it is also a diuretic. Late plates can mean nighttime dehydration and sluggish flow, especially with blood pressure medications or diuretics. Eat asparagus at lunch or early dinner. Add water or hydrating foods like cucumber or melon with the meal. Check with your clinician if kidneys or blood pressure meds are in play. Tomatoes are a kitchen classic. They're light, versatile, and rich in lycopene. After 60, Some people notice that nightshades and their biogenic amines, such as histamine and tyramine, can influence vessels or trigger headaches. Tomato acidity can tug at electrolyte balance, and big late tomato meals may aggravate nighttime swings. Prefer cooked tomatoes to make lycopene more available and reduce some compounds. Avoid heavy tomato sauces right before bed and enjoy them earlier in the day. Pair with magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds and keep fluids up. Now let's turn this into a simple plan. Win with timing. Move big salads, greens, onions, and raw carrots to daytime. Keep diuretic-leaning vegetables such as romaine and asparagus for lunch or early dinner, and add water. Treat corn like a starch and pair it with protein and fat. Enjoy tomatoes cooked and earlier. Match your meals to your medications. If you're on warfarin or antiplatelets, keep vitamin K vegetables consistent rather than cutting them to zero. If you use blood pressure meds or diuretics, avoid dehydrating vegetable meals late and hydrate on purpose. If you take garlic supplements, clear them with your clinician. Support hydration and electrolytes. Keep a water bottle visible in the afternoon. If allowed, add a lightly salted glass of water with dinner. Include daytime potassium and magnesium from beans, leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and yogurt. Keep a 1-week personal log. Note your dinner vegetables, medications, bedtime, any overnight dizziness, cramps, or headaches, and your morning energy. Adjust one thing at a time so you can see cause and effect. Here's your 24-hour jumpstart. Move your biggest salad or greens to lunch tomorrow. If you eat tomatoes, asparagus, or romaine at dinner, add a small glass of water. Pair any evening carrots or corn with protein and fat. In the morning, jot a 30-second note about how you slept and whether you felt dizzy. Vegetables aren't the enemy. After 60, the secret is when you eat them, what you pair them with, and how often you repeat them. With a few shifts, you keep all the benefits: steady brain fuel, calmer vessels, and happy digestion, while lowering the late-night risks no one warned you about. This content is for education only and not medical advice. Talk with your healthcare provider about your specific medications, conditions, and dietary changes. If this helped, subscribe and share to help others.